Welcome, my friends. I'm Jen Hilman. Thanks so much for joining me today for this replay of my live online yoga class, Vin Yin Reset. So in this practice, we will give you an opportunity to invigorate your body, get that energy moving, and we'll unwind in a deep relaxation. A perfect way to reset, come back to center, and refocus for the rest of the day ahead. So go ahead and roll out your mat, give me a thumbs up and join the channel, and I'll see you on the mat. So we'll begin in a comfortable seat, and as you get settled in, you can begin to close your eyes. And we begin to turn your awareness inward. So using this as a chance to come back home. Come back to yourself. Reconnect with your breath. Just allow any chatter of the mind to begin to fall into the background of your awareness. Notice any sensations that you feel in your body, any areas that are tight, achy, or just calling for some attention. Just becoming aware of those places inside yourself. And just take this moment to observe how you're feeling emotionally today. Checking in with yourself. And again, this is just a chance to notice, just kind of checking in, taking your personal temperature, just to see where you're at. Take a full, deep breath in, expanding your lungs, filling your belly, breathing all the way to the top of the breath. Then exhale slowly and deeply, just releasing any stress, any tension, or any distracting thoughts. And on your next inhale, circle your left arm up and over, leaning into a side body stretch. We just reach out through your left fingertips. Anchor your left sitting bone down into the mat and reach those fingertips off to the right side. Take an inhale and lift your gaze up towards the sky. Then gently bend your elbow and bring your left hand behind your head. Hugging your arm close by your cheek, begin to press your head back into your hands, opening up into the shoulder joint, deepening the stretch along the left side of your waist. And on your next inhale, slowly rise, coming all the way back up to center. And exhale as you settle in the middle. And we'll inhale and make your way to the second side. Gently sweeping your right arm up and over, taking a stretch into the right side body. Anchor down through that right sitting bone as you reach your right fingertips across. And we'll inhale and roll your gaze open towards the sky. And exhale to gently bring your hand back behind your head, hugging your arm close by your cheek. Gently press your head back, breathing into the shoulder as you stretch those attachments, those ligaments. and all the muscles in the shoulder joint. And we'll inhale and slowly rise. Coming all the way back up to center, go ahead and make your way forward into your tabletop position. So coming forward onto your hands and knees, we can begin to move in your cat and cow. Just making 3 or 4 rounds here. And you can take that traditional cat and cow, or you can explore some side to side or circular movements. Just giving yourself this opportunity to warm up your spine. So whatever feels good, whatever feels needed, that's what you need to do. And just allow yourself to stay present and connected with the flow of your breath. And we'll take one more full, big round of breath, breathing all the way in and all the way out. And we'll slowly begin to make your way back to center. As you come back into your tabletop, go ahead and spread your fingertips wide apart on your mat. Press forward through your fingertips and your knuckle mounds. Curl your toes under and begin to draw your hips up towards the sky. Gently pedal out your feet, walking your dog, taking a nice stretch into the backs of your legs. And so again, you can take your time here. No need to rush through this movement, especially in the beginning of our practice. We want to just ease into it, greeting the body slowly and kindly. Then from your down dog, we're going to slowly make your way forward to fold over your legs. And you can just take it one step at a time, gently walking your feet forward. We come to fold over your legs. And as you come to the top of your mat, you can gently shift your weight side to side, allowing that exploration of movement to take you deeper into the stretch behind your legs. And slowly making your way back to stillness, folding down over your legs. Let's take a ragdoll here, grabbing opposite elbows. Let your head drop down between your arms, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to allow your upper body to truly relax and let go. So you should feel a stretch down the length of your spine as you let your head relax with gravity. Feel the weight of your body sinking down towards the earth. And gently release your hands down to the earth. And then we'll move into a little series of half lift. So glide your hands up onto your shins, and as you inhale your breath, we'll lift and extend your spine halfway, reaching out through the crown of your head and out through the base of your pelvis. Lift your belly up and in, and as you exhale, we'll gently fold your body back down over your legs. Release. And again, let's inhale, gliding your hands to your shins. Press against your legs and lift to extend through your spine, rolling your shoulders down your back. Then we'll exhale and gently release, letting your heart fold all the way down. Then again, let's inhale, lift and extend through your spine, reaching your heart forward. This time, let's bring your hands back behind you, interlacing your fingers at the base of your spine. Begin to extend your fists up towards the sky. Take one more inhale here, lifting through your chest, Then as you exhale, we'll gently fold your body all the way down and bring your arms and hands up and back behind you. So we're really getting into that shoulder stretch here. It can be quite intense. You may meet some resistance. Allow yourself to soften and take a deeper breath. Trust in your body, trust in yourself to gently find the edge. And slowly draw your hands back down towards your hips and release your hands all the way down to the floor. Pressing against the mat, inhale to lift and lengthen through your spine. Then we'll bring your left hand right underneath your nose. Bend into your left knee, pressing the right leg straight. Then let's gently roll your heart open to the right and extend your right fingertips to the sky. So just getting a nice rotation in the spine. Lean your weight into the right foot for a deeper stretch into the IT band. Really think about rolling the chest and the shoulders around for one more inhale right here. Then exhale and slowly release, folding yourself right back down over your legs. We'll inhale to lift and extend through your spine, reaching your heart forward. Then bring your right hand underneath your nose. Bend into your right knee, pressing the left leg straight. We'll gently unfurl. So open the left shoulder back and extend your left fingertips to the sky. So we feel a nice deep rotation through the spine as you extend out through the crown of your head. Rotate the rib cage around, rotate through the shoulders as you lean your weight into that left leg for a deeper stretch. And take one more deep breath in here. And we'll exhale and slowly release all the way down, folding back in over your legs. Now separate your feet a little wider apart. So we have your legs, your feet are a little bit wider than hip distance. Now from here, take a deep, generous bend into your knees. So you can bend your knees a lot. And then we'll reach your right hand through your legs. Okay, so the right hand is going to go between your two legs, reaching towards the back of your mat. Then open your left arm up towards the sky. And you're going to fold that hand down behind your back. Now you can stay right here and just work that rotation. But eventually we're going to bring the right hand back underneath the right leg so you have a bind. Once you make that connection with the hands, lift your hips up higher, straightening through your legs, roll your right shoulder back, and breathe into that stretch behind the right shoulder blade. Yep, so the hands are connected. But the more you bend your knees, the more freedom you have to make that bind. Then once the hands connect behind the back, you can begin to lift the hips up, and that will deepen the stretch for you. Okay? So we'll gently release both hands back down to the floor, folding down over your legs. And as we move to the second side, you may be able to see a little bit more what's going on behind the back. So we'll start by lifting your spine up. You can just take a nice, deep, generous bend into your knees. Then reach your left fingertips through your legs towards the back edge of your mat. And then we'll rotate your spine around, opening your right shoulder towards the sky. Circle that right arm up and all the way down behind your back. So the left arm goes through the legs and eventually comes to grab a hold of the right hand. So the more you bend your knees, the more room you have to get this bind. Once you're holding hands, then we begin to lift the hips, straightening through the legs, and that will take you into a deep, deep stretch behind the shoulder, really stretching the shoulder apart there. So take one more full round of breath. In and out. And then we'll slowly release your hands back down to the floor. Coming back into this forward fold, you can shift your weight side to side, or take another ragdoll if you like. Shake your head, yes and no. Whatever helps you to reset in this forward fold. Yep, so we can talk about this more on Friday when we are using our props, but anytime you're working for a bind, if you can't quite get your hands together, that's a great place to use a yoga strap. So we'll keep moving for today's practice, but when we come back on Friday and we're using our yoga strap, we can revisit this stretch and I'll show you guys how you can do it with the assistance of your prop. Yeah, because this is a big stretch for the shoulders for sure. No kidding. But you guys said neck and shoulders today, so we're doing it. Okay, from here, friends, we're going to come all the way up to standing. So you can reset, bringing your feet back to hip distance apart, and just gently begin to roll yourself all the way up to standing. So coming all the way up here, you can feel your head stacking over your shoulders stacking over your hips aligned and stacking over your heels. So we really feel that nice, strong, solid posture. Then inhale and circle your arms up towards the sky. Now from here, take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. So we grab the wrist, then begin to lean up and over towards the left side. Use the left hand to pull on the right wrist. So you really assist yourself into a deeper side body stretch on the right side. Then gently return to center. Inhale and reach all the way up towards the sky. Then moving to the second side, we'll take a hold of the left wrist with your right hand. Then slowly begin to arc up and over towards that right side. Actively pull on your left wrist, feeling that stretch open through the left side of your ribs and your waist. Then slowly make your way back up to center. Inhale and rise, reaching your fingertips to the sky. We'll exhale and gently circle your hands down and onto your hips. So bringing your hands onto your hips here. Stand down through your legs, rooting through your toes and your heels. And then draw energy up that central channel all the way up through the crown of your head, lifting up out of your waist. Begin to glide your elbows back behind you. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. Lift your belly up and in and stabilize through your hips and pelvis. Then slowly begin to curl your heart up towards the sky. Notice if your hips have a tendency to want to scoop under. See if you can come back to stabilize through the legs, hips over the heels. Then you roll the shoulders back and lift the chest up from there. Then slowly fold yourself all the way down over your legs. Let your hands drop down towards the floor and just shake your head, a little yes, a little no, releasing any tension through the back of the neck. Then from here, we're going to step your feet back into a plank pose. So planting your hands firmly into the earth, you can step those feet back and have nice, strong, stable legs. So we hug the muscles onto the bone. Lift your belly up and in. Then we'll shift your weight forward towards the front edge of your mat. Lift up your head and lift up your chest. So this is your solid plank pose. You can stay here or lower your knees to the floor. We're going to take an inhale to prepare. Lift up your chest, lift up your head. Then as you exhale, gently bend your elbows and pause. So we hover for an exhale. And then release yourself all the way down to the floor. Coming onto your belly, bring the tops of your feet down onto the earth. And then gently reach your hands back behind you and interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Squeezing the palms of your hands together, gently stretch your fists up towards the sky. Rolling your shoulder blades towards your spine, gently peel your chest up away from the earth. Really feeling a nice heart opener here. Stretch your fists down towards your heels, finding that strength in your back. Then we'll slowly release your heart back down to the floor. You can release your hands, and then from here we'll bend into the knees, bringing your heels towards your hips. Now grab a hold of the tops of your feet. And we'll just start by pressing your heels down towards your hips. So actively using your arms and hands, we're going to hug the heels down towards the hips. Feeling into a gentle stretch into the fronts of the quads. Maybe feeling that stretch into the knee joint itself. And we're just breathing into that sensation, allowing the fronts of the legs to stretch. Then we're going to take it into our bow pose. So you can begin to kick your feet back, kicking your feet into your hands. You roll your shoulder blades onto your back and begin to peel your chest up away from the floor. Now you may kick so strongly with your legs that your thighs begin to lift away from the floor, but really work on opening through the chest and the shoulders, most importantly today. So let's take one more inhale, finding your best bow pose. Then we'll exhale and gently release. Press yourself back into a child's pose. So nice and easy, just slowly making your way back. Sink your hips down to your heels and let your forehead rest softly onto the mat. Yes, ma'am. Well, that's a great question. So, when you are kicking strongly through the legs, naturally the glutes become engaged, and it's natural that they do, part of the action of the glutes is that they separate the legs apart. So as you engage the strength of the glutes, you start to kick the legs up higher. It's natural that the knees want to go wider, and it's not bad. So if your body is just naturally practicing in that way, that's fine. In a very technical, formal sense, we do try to keep the knees like the thigh bones and the shin bones in alignment. So, as you get stronger in the pose, then we work on bringing the knees and the thighs back into that nice, like parallel position. So it can go both ways. There's not one right or wrong per se, but I feel like it's like as the pose advances and you get stronger, then the knees can kind of hug back together. Yeah. All right, friends, let's press yourself back up into your down dog. So reaching forward through your fingertips. You can curl your toes under and make your way back into your down dog, stretching into your legs, your chest, your side body. Taking some nice deep breaths here. On your next inhale, we'll lift the right heel high, coming into that tripod stretch. Then exhale and step your right foot forward between your hands. And if you need to make an adjustment, you can. You want to just make sure that that right foot comes all the way forward underneath your right knee. And you want to make sure you have plenty of space to reach that left leg back. All right, from here. I'm sorry? No? Okay, great. So we'll lower your left knee down onto the mat. And as you inhale your breath, shift your weight forward into the right foot and lift your heart and chest up. Then bring your right hand onto your right thigh and we'll circle the left arm up and over. So we reach those left fingertips up towards the sky, then gently lean yourself over towards the right side. So lunging forward into the right leg, we'll reach the left arm up and over, taking it into a nice stretch along the left side of your waist. And then circle your left elbow onto your right knee. Bring your right palm to touch, hands pressing together. We'll press into your hands and rotate your heart towards the right side. So eventually your heart will come into alignment with your thumbs. So you can stay here today, or you can play with opening up your arms so the left fingertips touch down to the floor on the outside of your right foot. So you could stay here practicing that deep twist, or you can add on one more layer and bring that left heel in towards your hip. Reach down with your right hand and see if you can pull the heel in. So you have some options of where you practice this twist today. Now we'll slowly begin to unwind whatever variation you're practicing. We're going to inhale and reach both arms up towards the sky. Then exhale and gently float your hands back down. Now lift your left knee off of the floor. Draw your hips back, extending the right leg straight. Inhale to lift and extend through your spine, reaching your heart forward. So already here you may start to feel a deep stretch into the right hamstring. So we're going to breathe into that sensation, reach your heart forward even more, finding more length along your spine. Take a deep breath in, reaching your heart forward, extending through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, we'll go ahead and fold all the way down over your right leg. Let your head relax down, relaxing behind your neck. Extend through the crown of your head as you breathe into that right hamstring. Then on your next inhale, we'll lift and extend through your spine, reaching your heart forward. Then rotate your left heel flat down to the mat. So the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the outer edge of your mat. Then plant your right fingertips down into the mat, and we'll begin to open your left hand up towards the sky. So we're moving into a nice triangle pose here, stretching into the inner right thigh, inner right hip. Try and lengthen through both sides of your waist. So you feel length along the spine, spaciousness in your pose. Then from here, we're gonna lunge into the right knee and float your upper body all the way up into your warrior pose. So now you hit your warrior two, lunging deep into the front leg. Flip your right palm to the sky, and we're gonna reach up and back for that reverse warrior. Lunge forward in the right knee as you reach back with the right fingertips, really stretching the body open here. Then we'll circle the hands all the way back down to the floor, come all the way around to your lunge, and spin that left heel back up to its place. Now plant your hands on the mat. We're gonna sweep your right leg up towards the sky, and then stack your right hip over the left. Yeah, so taking that twisted tripod, you can stay right here today if you're loving this, just enjoy it. But I'll also give you the option, if you want to take it all the way into a flip dog, you can reach those right toes all the way down to the floor, pressing your heart towards the sky and taking that modified back bend variation. And if that's you, we'll begin to work that right hand back down to the floor. Everyone can square your hips back towards the mat and gently float the right foot down. Re-establish your down dog. Taking some deep, gratifying breaths. And with your next inhale, we'll lift the left heel. Extend it up. Stretch behind the right leg. And as you exhale, we'll step the left foot forward, coming into your lunge. So setting yourself up with a nice big lunge on your mat, making sure that you have good alignment in the front leg, lots of space on your mat. Then once you get situated, we'll go ahead and lower the right knee down. Inhale and rise, extending both arms up towards the sky. We come into our Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Then bring your left hand onto your left leg, and we'll begin to reach the right arm up and over. So reaching into that right side body stretch. Breathing into the sensation here. Then slowly lower your right elbow onto your left knee. Then we'll bring the palms together to touch. Press into your hands and rotate that heart around. So you work your way into a nice deep rotation in the spine. So you have some options from here. You can stay right here if this prayer twist is working for you, or you can play with opening it up, bringing your right fingertips down to the floor outside of your left foot. You can keep it here, or draw the right foot in. See if you can get a hold of the top of that foot and start to pull your heel in towards your hip for a deep quad stretch as well. So wherever you want to play today, that's just fine with me. And as you're ready, we'll slowly release, making your way back into your lunge. So however you need to get there, let's go ahead and take one more big breath in, stretching those fingertips high. So just coming into that full front lunge. Then exhale and gently release your hands down. Now we'll make your way into your pyramid pose. Lift that right knee. Draw your hips back, extending through your left leg. So try to balance out through your pelvis, almost as if you could balance a teacup on your hips. So try to be aware if like the right hip is up or if the left hip is up. You know, we really want to try and find some balance there. Then lift and extend through your spine to feel that long line of energy from your tailbone all the way out through the crown of your head. Take another deep breath in right here. Really extend. Find that full reach. Then as you exhale, we'll slowly release, letting yourself fold down over that left leg. Taking some slow, deep breaths here. Let yourself be present. Let yourself work with whatever arises. One breath at a time. And then we'll inhale to extend out through your spine, making your way into your triangle pose. We'll spin your right foot down to the floor, anchoring down through the outer edge of your foot. Slowly begin to roll your right shoulder open, extending your fingertips to the sky. We make your way into that full expression, triangle pose. And once you're in the pose, that's where the real work begins. Scooping the left tailbone under, deepen the femur into the hip socket, lengthen along the left side of your waist, and roll the right shoulder open. So there's a lot of detail that goes into the pose. Then we'll gently begin to lunge into your left knee and slowly rise yourself all the way up into your warrior pose. Now feel free to make any little adjustments that you need to really set yourself up in a good solid pose. Lunging deeply into the left leg, feeling the hips rotating open. Flip your left palm to the sky and we'll reach up and back, reversing that warrior pose. Lunge deep into the left knee as you reach up and back with the left fingertips. So really stretching the left side body open. And we'll slowly make your way all the way back around to the earth, floating both hands down to the floor. Spin your right heel to the sky. Spread your fingertips wide, pressing into the earth. Then sweep your left leg up and back. And gently stack your left hip open, bending into your left knee. Feel into that twist. And again, you have the option to stay right here and just rock that twist today. If you'd like to take it into the reversed variation, you can gently circle those left toes all the way down and around. Flipping your hips towards the sky, we press and open through the chest. And slowly begin to make your way back around. Stretching that left leg up towards the sky. Then as you're ready, you can slowly lower that left foot back down to the floor. Taking a couple deep breaths here in your down dog. Just notice how your body feels now compared to that first down dog that you did. Just noticing where your body feels more open and more receptive. Then gently walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. As you come into your forward fold, let your head be heavy.
Let your shoulders relax and just lean your way into that deepest forward fold today. Then slowly begin to bend your knees and bring your hips all the way down to the floor.